Preeti, good evening to you and to my fellow panelists. The cat is out of the bag actually today. The BJP has lost that moral high ground they were trying so desperately hard to occupy when they put out a poster today calling all the opposition leaders anti-Sanatan. I mean, who is the BJP? Who gives them the political authority to become the custodians of Hinduism to pass certificates? And do they even understand what Sanatan means? I question the BJP from a Shah to a Modi to a Mohan Bhagwat. Do you know what Sanatan means? The Shankaracharyas, by the way, four of them, two of them have publicly taken a posture and a statement where they have completely kind of segregated their association with the, Prana Patishtas because they say this is not being done in an appropriate fashion. As a Hindu, as a Brahmin, and by the way, I have a small little temple at my home, I don't need a certificate from either Mr. Sinha or Mr. Shah or Mr. Modi or Mr. Bhagwat. But yes, I will listen to what the Shankaracharya says. And the Shankaracharya is saying what is happening is not appropriate. At least two of the four have publicly made that statement. Point number three, very important here, Preeti, that end of day, and this is something that we cannot ignore, where is the President of India? If we are talking about a non-political, bipartisan, ceremony, which is, I think, a historic occasion, I would like to see the President of India. I remember being a student of civics. The Commander-in-Chief, the head of state is the President of India. Where is the President of India in this entire process of celebrations? Nowhere to be seen. And the third point, the BJP continues, Preeti, with a lie, saying that the Congress party called Bhagwan Ram imaginary. That was on the Ram Setu issue. They were discussing all kinds of records and evidence. But the BJP in the floor of parliament, their culture minister has gone on record to say that for Sita ji, there is no evidence. It is a matter of faith. So for the BJP, look at the hypocrisy. Bhagwan Ram is a historical reality, but for Sita, it is a matter of faith. This is the political convenience of a party which has no respect for history, no respect for constitution, which is hijacking a Supreme Court verdict which allowed the Ram temple to go through in a unanimous verdict and converting it into an electoral asset. That this is the low political denominator, but
Sanjay Jha, with what you're calling hypocrisy, really, will it cut deep when it comes down to the voter? Let's also go to our other panelists. And, it's interesting because every day you find out who's a Pandit, who's a Hindu, who's an atheist, or who's a believer. It all comes down in this panel. But yes, Sanjay Jha, you are a practicing Pandit. Good to know. But having said that, cutting across to Sanjay Kumar right now. Sanjay Kumar, really, does it matter to the voters, especially when you conduct these surveys, that the Ram temple is going to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister, where the Prana Patishtas is going to be carried out, or the Yajman, to say, it's a terminology that I've also just gotten familiar with, is going to be the Prime Minister, that it's a political event, that the Seers or the Shankaracharyas or two of them across the country have an issue of one of them, that it's an incomplete structure, the other one, that it's not happening in the right fashion. Does it really matter to the voter? Because they will look at it as a trust issue where the Prime Minister promised it, it was a part of the manifesto, he's delivering it. How do you read it?
No, Preeti, for a common voter, for an average voter, it doesn't matter whether the temple is, half constructed, whether it should be inaugurated at this time or not, whether it is being inaugurated by Prime Minister, or because there is a huge divide on the issue about whether it should be inaugurated at this time, whether it should be inaugurated when the mandir is half completed. It matters, or the discussion is only among those who are already not willing to vote for BJP. They don't like BJP. They would never vote for BJP. Never means in 2024, they are unlikely to vote for BJP. So this narrative is very strong, but among only sections of voters who are unlikely to vote for BJP. For the voters of BJP, so the point I'm trying to say, there is very little gray area. And if I look at the gray area, gray area means voters who are uncommitted. They're small in numbers. And for those voters, doesn't make any difference. They seems to be a little euphoric now because they see this Ram Mandir coming, and the way this is being, campaigned, this is being, campaigned, and this is being projected to the people of this country. So there is an euphoria around that among the voters who are non-committed. So for them, it
Right.
doesn't matter. I don't think they care whether it is half completed or whether it is being inaugurated by Prime Minister or not.